welcome to On the Move with Nan and Cam. And we are joined today by a whole crew. It is rare that we have 3 guests, so this is exciting.
This is a lot for us.
Yeah, we've got Jay, JM, and Marci, and they make up just the dream team of water.
Just water, the
that
water
keeps
crew.
The Allianz Richmond Marathon, CarMax Richmond Half, VCU Health 8 Richmond 8K going. So if you are going to enjoy any water on November 15th, it's thanks to them.
Yeah, say thank you right now.
Yay, water.
Yay, water.
Thank you guys so much for being here. We're going to just jump right in.
Yeah.
But if you could just tell us, each of us, or each of you tell us how long you've been involved with water stops and how did you get recruited for this job? It's a unique job.
Marci, you start first.
I go first.
Interesting for sure.
You're the rookiest.
I'm the rookiest. I think it was 2021 that I started helping out. And I got recruited because my husband works for Sports Backers, and the person who, Brandon.
You know him.
And then the person who previously oversaw North Side water stops, I think had to depart for some reason. And so I had to fill in kind of last minute and learn the ropes pretty quickly. And I jumped in at that Penske and I've never left. I love that thing. It's great.
Okay, Jay.
That's all. I don't have anything else to say.
I was thinking about this today. I don't actually know exactly how long I've been doing this. I know that I ran the marathon in 2006. So it's been at most 19 years.
Wow.
Because I'm pretty sure I started doing it right after that. And I got recruited through the President's Council. I was on the President's Council when I was a much younger man. And Mary Marshall recruited me from there. So that's how I got involved.
Nice. 19 years is impressive.
It is.
That's amazing.
Well, Jay's got me beat.
Yeah.
I was just
do.
gonna say,
wow.
Similarly, I ran and then tried to go back and look it up to see when it was I ran because it was so long ago I couldn't remember. So I've been doing it since 2003.
Woo!
So this is the 23rd year.
Oh my gosh.
Man.
Yeah. So
That's awesome.
I also got recruited. I was not a smart runner, so I hurt myself, and they found out that I wasn't going to be running, and they thought, well, if you're not running, you can certainly volunteer. And here I am. So,
Smart move.
Yeah.
it's kind of
When
like
Mary
volunteering.
Marshall finds you, she's not letting you go.
Yeah.
Yep, right.
So obviously our runners are drinking water and they're very happy that you guys provide the water for them to drink. So can you tell us a little more about it just being like, I don't know. A lot of the times you hear water and you're like, oh, they just put a cooler out, but it's not.
Right.
Obviously we have a big team for a reason. So tell us about how the behind the scenes go for water.
Yeah, so that's one thing too. We call it the water stop too, and we're obviously intimately involved with it in the ins and outs, but we also do the Noon product, which is a hydration beverage. It kind of replaced Powerade that we had prior to that, which is more of an energy type drink, things like that. But I don't know, I kind of sometimes I refer to it as a hydration station because we do water, we do Noon, pickle juice at a stop. We're responsible for the washcloth distribution as well in 2 spots. We also do the goo energy gels at 2 of our stops. And this year we're going to have Noog, which is an energy chew on the north side too. So it started as water stops, but we are continually adding more and more. And like we thought it was crazy to do the pickle juice, and we thought it'd be a one and done, but that itself has been a hit. So that's going to be around for a while.
The people love the pickles. Yeah, the people do love the pickles. We had the pickle juice people on last year on the podcast before the marathon, and wow, that was I was kind of flustered. I was like, this is a celebrity.
Yeah.
That was a fun one to listen to. I like that because they're not a pile of pickles or cucumbers sitting around.
Yeah, no, that was wild. That was disappointing to us. But they say don't meet your heroes, so.
Right?
Right.
Well, and the other piece is that we're the I guess the people that run the water stops to some degree, but the fact of the matter is that there are, at least 100, maybe
I was about to
200
say 1 million.
volunteers that actually
Yeah.
make the water stops go.
Right.
They're the ones
that's
that
a
are
lot of
out
times,
there. They're the
like
ones that
one
are out
stop.
there at 6 o'clock in the morning, filling up cups and doing all that kind of stuff. So, you know, our job is relatively easy compared to that. So
Yeah, we're like the facilitators, I guess.
that's right.
You know,
That's
like
right.
they say, you know what, as we go through, as we talk to them in the weeks and months ahead of time, telling them what to expect, the groups that have been there beforehand to say, you know what, just get the stuff there, get it to us and get it to us on time and we'll take care
And then
of it.
leave us alone.
Yeah. Right. Because we do have a lot of groups that have been doing it for longer than JM and I have been doing it.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
So it's, they have their way of doing it, and we're certainly fine with that because there are no complaints. That's for sure.
Yeah, it works. So
Yeah.
you said that leading up to it, you'll end up talking to the head people of each water stop. What else goes into the water stops leading up to the race? Because we're only a couple weeks out now.
Right. Yeah. So Mary Marshall's been talking to a lot of the groups since August, September, and then she's recently passed that baton over to me, where we kind of like, sorry, where we work, where we start contacting them to make sure they know when and where to go. Traffic obviously an issue. They have, just because of volunteers doesn't mean that they can magically get to these stops. So we have to make sure they know how to get there. And then also, some of the groups will do split shifts, and so we want them to be able to leave, not be trapped there, so to say, when they're done. And so we make sure they know how to get navigating through the traffic on the way out. Right. Let's see what else we go through. Again, what to expect, what they're going to see, that what is in what we call the kit, which is the majority of the supplies that are there. We in a few weeks we'll have a demonstration on how to work the water totes, the 250 gallon.
That Miss Marci was the star of our videos last year.
Yes.
Yeah, and then we pass on that video that Marci starred in with Cam and Drew producing. Make sure that, give them that information and let them distribute that to all the volunteers in their group. We don't
Marci,
want any surprises there.
Right.
That on race day you have to sign a lot of autographs since you were in that video, that all the volunteers just flock to you and they're like, it's her.
Yeah.
I've been practicing. I want to make sure I can get those autographs out there quickly so that they can get back to the water. Right. I don't want to be a distraction, guys. Sorry.
No, not at all.
We got a job to do.
Yeah.
I think when people think of like the water stops, like it sounds easy just because they're like, oh, you're filling up cups. Personally, I have worked at a water stop, not even at a very big event by myself, and have been like, this is not easy.
I'm scared.
Yeah. Ashley and I work at the water stop at the River City Half, and we're always like, there just comes a spot. We're not experts. We're only, 2 years in. So really no tenure on that. And we will be doing it. And there always comes a point where you're like, oh my gosh, they're actually coming. Like we didn't have enough. And you're like constantly filling it up. So what are some of the biggest challenges that you face either before or on race day?
A lot of it is on the north side is especially challenging because it's really 2 lanes worth of traffic. You have the half marathoners on the left-hand side and the full marathon on the right-hand side. So we got to make sure that the volunteers set up on the correct side to begin with so that they're ready to go when the half marathon comes through there. We also need to know how to mix the noon product, mixing 20 gallons at a time. How do you do that and make sure it's consistent throughout? We also
Runners will
want
let you know if they don't like the noon.
Yeah.
Right.
And they should have watched our stops. Should have watched Marci tell them how to mix the noon.
That's right.
Exactly.
That was a part.
We want the water stops to be consistent throughout too. So when the runners get there, they know the water is going to be at the first set of tables and the noon's going to be at the next. When you do have stuff on both sides, we try to keep the middle lane kind of clear for people that don't need water or noon at that stop. They're not getting bogged down in the kind of the traffic or the backlog that might be happening there. Keep cups cleaned up off the street.
That's
a big one.
Cups.
Keeping the streets clean. That's a big one because, they get dirty. Well, I guess not dirty, but they get covered with cups, once everybody's there. So you can't get to the cups because everybody's there. But everyone seems pretty understanding of the situation. But really one of the, probably the most surprising difficulty is what you guys said, is that you just can't imagine what it's going to be like when they're all there.
No,
like,
yeah.
So whenever I'm going around and welcoming my volunteers, I try to get to them and be like, I mean, get yourself set up as best as you can, because it's going to be wild whenever they hit here. And like, yeah, it's hard and it's a lot of work, but like, it's so much fun. Like, you get to see every single runner on marathon day, and they are all so excited. Like, you are the support, and especially in the north side, we're getting them in the last few miles. So like, you are there to get them through the rest of the race, to make them have like the best day possible, helping them to achieve. Like, it's such a fun atmosphere.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the amount of time that the volunteers, their jaws just drop when a runner says thank you. For, they're like, wait a minute, y'all are running a marathon or a half marathon, y'all are doing all this, and you thank us? And so the first couple times, they're amazed. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, the whole friendliest marathon thing goes both ways. I mean, the participants are incredible. I mean, we're really lucky that we have such a great group that comes and runs every year, and they do. They're very appreciative.
Getting chills. Like,
yeah, I was about to say, we have this conversation often after our events, because obviously we work for sports backers, but we're course marshaling or we're at a water stop or something, and people are like, thank you for being out here. And I'm like, I work. Thank you. Thank you. I have to be here. But I'm like, no, thank you. Thank you so much. But the other thing is, we were having this conversation earlier downstairs. I was actually at a jail stop last year, and I was so stressed out. Like, I was trying, because obviously there's 2 flavors, and I wanted them to have their pick. So I was like holding both out, and they run by, and I was like, no. Right. And then I was like, wait, I don't think I should be doing this. And then people would run by and they'd be like, I want this one. And I'd like chuck it out. I'm like, here you go. And I'm like, this is not what I'm supposed to be doing. But when you get so stressed out, and obviously I didn't watch any of the videos. Yeah. I work for sports backers, so I'm like, I know how to do this. Yeah.
Think about how many gels we went through when we had 4 flavors at a stop. Guess how many
up
on the ground? Yeah. So. Yeah.
I bet you guys also just get weird questions from people. Like, I could just see there being weird questions about flavors of gel, or like particular questions about because they're serious about what they're putting in their body. This is a marathon. They've trained certain ways. They want to know.
Well, it's funny whenever they get to get to my area, which is the last like 5 or so miles. Like, it's the end of the race. Like, they're pretty darn tired, so like cognitively, they're getting a little loopy.
Yeah, they're not there.
And like, the noon is in blue cups, which is a completely different color than the water cups. And they pick up the noon cups and they say, "Is this water?" It's like, "No, that's noon, buddy. That's a blue cup."
Yeah, it does say noon on it, but that's okay.
They've been working hard. Like, they don't. I get it. They don't really want to think too.
They might not actually be able to read at that point.
Right, exactly. They can't see anything. They're just like, please.
If it was anything like my experience.
Right. So I guess, Marci, since you were just talking, we'll start with you. What has been your favorite race day memory since you've been doing this job?
Oh my gosh. I think, so the memory that comes immediately to mind is, I guess it was it'll be 3 years ago now. And it was mile 20. And like, we were just getting hammered. Like, the people were just coming in. It was like the height of the race, like just tons of people. We're working really hard to keep up. I'm there helping the group out. And all of a sudden, this person comes out of nowhere and starts helping us out. It was just like someone who lived across the street, saw that we were struggling. He came out and he was like, "Hey, it looks like you need help." And so he's there. We're figuring out like new efficient methods of like getting water out there. This guy was in like suede moccasins. I mean, his feet were
he wasn't ready to pour noon.
And he was so happy to be there, so happy to help. Like, he was just having a blast. Yeah. That was, by far my favorite memory. Just like the people coming out, the community coming out, like really wanting to support this, even with, if their feet and toes get all wrinkly.
I love that.
They're nice shoes.
JM, what about you?
I think mine, I managed a few years ago. Well, it's been more than a few years ago now because she's going to be 26 in December. But I managed to convince my daughter when she was a teenager to come do a day with me one year and ride in the truck with me and help set up and help clean up. And it was awesome because at that point in her life, spending that many hours with me was something she was not that interested in doing.
Right.
But she did that day and it was awesome.
I love that.
That is so sweet.
That's so nice.
That's
Jay,
the
what
goal
about
I
you?
have. Yeah. I don't know what year it was, but I remember like on Wednesday or Thursday, we checked the temperature and realized it's going to be about 28 degrees. Then we started realizing there's water involved and water's going to spill. So we load up ice melt on the back of the truck. And remember the first time the runner, we're on the back half, the first runner that came through just had shorts on, no T-shirt or anything like that, grabbed the water and was like, this is great. It's like, you never know what you're going to see out there.
That's wild.
Yeah.
There's always that person with a race.
That time I was just busy working away, and then somebody said, hey, can I fill up my water bottle? I looked, yeah, right.
Yeah, we recently had somebody comment on Facebook and was like, or on Instagram and was like, hey, I'm from out of town, like out of state. What's the median like temperature of you guys' race? And I'm like, you know what? Well, but obviously 28 degrees and then it's been hot some years and I'm like, oh, I don't even know what to tell you.
Yeah, the temperature is really difficult to predict because it can be below freezing, at race start and be in the 50s or 60s by midday. Right. Or it can be in the 60s at race start and get up into the 80s. I mean, it's just all over the place.
Yeah. It's November in Virginia.
It is.
That's right.
It's Virginia. Like, it's just...
yeah, it's Virginia, period.
Just Virginia.
It is just Virginia, period.
Yeah. I feel like that happens with all of our races, no matter what time of year it is. Like the 10K could be 80 degrees. It could be 50 degrees. Whatever the weather's decided on that day.
Tuesday and Wednesday, we're starting to look at what the weather's going to be.
No matter what.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It rained a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
But that's okay because it was still cool.
And we're still going to make sure you have a great time.
Right.
The only weather that I have not experienced yet.
Don't say it, JM.
Yeah, you're going to jinx it.
I'll let you guess.
Right. I can
guess.
only have particle board in here. It's not real wood.
That's right.
We'll just use our imagination and think about it.
I'll let you guess.
Okay.
Oh, gosh.
What is something that you think people would be surprised to know about working a water stop?
That it's fun. I mean, seriously, it is. It's a lot of fun. I mean, I have done it. In addition to setting them up, I've also worked them. It's like Marci said, it's a lot of fun. I mean, it really is. My kids did it with me when they were little. They had a ball. It's a great thing to get, to take your kids out to do or with friends or whatever. It's a lot of fun. And for work in water stops, it's not that early a commitment. I think for us, the earliest that people have to be at their water stop is 6, which is not outrageous. If you get up at 5, you can do it no problem. So.
Yeah, and we do have someone that's starting later. Yeah, they're not all early shifts because remember the marathon goes until 3, right? So we do have some shifts that don't start until almost noon.
Yeah.
So that's not a hindrance.
That'd be my shift.
Yeah.
Right. Clocking in. Yeah. That sounds more like it.
How can people sign up to be a water stop volunteer if they're listening to this and they're interested? Because y'all are really selling it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
Jay,
there's a link on the site, right? So I think to volunteer, or I think it says help out, if I remember correctly. Miriam Marshall Graber will get that. If you're a group, get 1 or 2 people from your group to submit that request, and then she'll work with that person rather than everybody from the group having to submit a request.
That's a good point.
We're all over town.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think it is just richmondmarathon.com. And then there's a little pull down menu that does have volunteer on there.
Yeah. Volunteer.
We miss any water stop questions you got left?
No, I was sitting here thinking about my this or that.
I know. Yeah, it's hard. So this is sometimes referred to as the hardest part of the interview. Your this or that questions. I have one, but you want me to go?
Yeah.
Okay. So would you prefer, I know you're all at your given spots, you've been there for years. So, but if you were having your pick, do you want to be at one of the first water stops to kind of see that like breakthrough excitement of the start of race day? Or do you want to be closer to the end when the people are struggling a little more?
Well, since I have never been on the second half of the course, I would like to see I'd like to see what it looks like at the last water stop.
Okay. Oh, that's a great point. I like that. What were you gonna say, Jay?
That's a busy one. I hardly get there either because it's tough to get to. But I like the second half.
I've never been to that one either.
Fauquier Avenue, and then a mile later you get to Brook Road. There's just actually it starts at Pope. You got that. You have the water stop and Gels there, and you get to Fauquier, where Fauquier is just a party on itself. And then you get to Brook Road, where you got the washcloths and pickle juice and things like that. The scene, the excitement, still at that late in the race, even from the runners having a good time. I remember the first part to me is just kind of like people they're kind of going through the motion, and they're a little bit more reserved, I feel, from what I remember. But I'm talking 25 years ago. But in the scene in the north
well,
side,
they're not quite awake yet.
Yeah, right.
Like, I'm a bit jealous of JM, like, getting to end his day so much earlier than Jay and I.
That is a good point.
Like both of them are saying, like, the north side, like, are kind of, like, they're like the party stops. Like we have a good time in the north.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't want to be, the whole course is great, and I am in Lakeside, so kind of north side adjacent. And that is by far my favorite pictures, my favorite energy. Like, I love when I was out on the course being able to be over there. And that's also where so many people I know go to watch, and I see all their videos later in the day. And it's just like, that's I think the part of it being like a giant party when people really need it is really cool too.
Yeah. And I also live at that end of town, so it's easy for me to get on course at 3 a.m. I can just leave at 2:45 and then I'm there.
And I find it when I was out there just cheering people on, I felt it tough if the last runner hadn't gone through to just leave. So if you're on the first half of it, it's a little bit easier because the time period is not as long. You could be out there for 5 hours on the north side. That's the one thing you got to watch out for. If you stay, you're gonna stay until the last runner. You could be there a while, but it's very rewarding.
Yeah. It definitely is. You got one?
Yep. Okay. Next, this or that. We're gonna go back to JM's Use Your Imagination. Okay. And so let's say we had a new water stop, a new beverage stop.
Oh.
Would you guys prefer, logistically and fun-wise, it to be a slushy stop or an iced coffee stop?
Oh.
Well, coffee, iced coffee, for sure.
Okay.
Both from a point of view of personally, I love iced coffee, but also I think it would be a heck of a lot easier to manage from a supplies standpoint than getting the slushy machine out.
Slushy machine.
Less sticky.
But I think that's actually a really great idea, and maybe we should implement that maybe in the first half of the course to kind of get people, a little extra boost.
We could get a coffee sponsor. We pass plenty of coffee shops.
Yeah, we got about 1 million coffee shops.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's a great idea.
Okay. Is everyone unanimous in that, or is anybody team slushy?
Well,
coffee.
I'm an iced coffee person too, but the slushy, except for logistics would that would be difficult. So we got enough to do right now.
We need a lot of we need a lot of generators out there just to fuel all of our slushy machines. And I'm with Marci. Nothing makes me more grossed out than like when my hands are sticky unexplainably, and you can no wipe or water is ever getting it off.
That's true. For like mixing the noon, we have that already taken care of.
Yeah,
that's true.
We do.
That is true. All right, if you were going to be at a junk food stop, because that is also popular on the course, they're your neighbors. I guess the junk food stops, some of them coincide with water as well. But do you prefer? Are you going salty? Do you want like a goldfish or a pretzel, or do you want a gummy bear, a piece of chocolate?
Yeah.
Gummies for me.
Okay.
Yeah, me
love
too.
That.
Gummies.
I need the gummies.
Yeah.
Well, I am going to plug then, since you all said gummies, to try the Noogs.
They're
I had
good,
never had
guys.
one, and they are delicious.
I brought some to the office. They're good.
They taste kind of like Sour Patch Kids, but even better than a Sour Patch Kid.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
No. What?
Yeah, I think maybe.
They're good.
They're softer in texture.
We got some here if you want to try them, Marci.
Yeah.
Wicked
Well,
apple.
I mean, I'm gonna be at the marathon, so.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Save it as a little treat in the morning for yourself.
Right.
When you're hitting
What
the road
mile
and
is
you
that at?
need that energy.
Yeah.
that
Just
Post?
take 6 of them.
Isn't it?
They're I didn't think about that. Like a gummy. It's kind of like a candy.
Yeah.
Stop too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Well, guys, thank you so much for coming on and telling us all about water stops. We really appreciate it. And I hope that you all feel the love and know that everybody out on the course hardcore appreciates all the work that you and your teams are doing and all of our volunteers. And we super encourage anybody who is interested to please check out volunteering with this crew, because you will have a really fun time. It's a really cool, unique way to see race day.
Yeah.
So don't hesitate. Get a group together. Go out and do it.
Well, thank you.
Right. Yeah. I
Thanks,
appreciate
Water
that.
is life.
Yeah.
Yay, water.
Water's life.
No water.
Water's life.
Yeah,
All right,
water.
everybody be on the lookout. Make sure you thank them if you see them on race day.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll
Thanks,
be there.
everybody. Bye.
All right, bye.
Thanks, guys. See ya.
Thank you.
Bye.